Hi there, this video is going to explain all about the stock window and how to use it. So first of all, log in and then go to the stock tab and then press stock manager and then click yes. Okay, this then brings up the stock editor. Notice how it says the store's name just to make sure that you're not connected to the wrong store. You have a lot of different buttons and functions here on the ribbon, so all these different things we're going to come to in a minute. The next big large window here in the middle is your stock grid. Okay, so this is where whenever you've done a search, this shows you all the items within that search. The bottom right is the actual search window, and the bottom left is whichever product is selected. This shows you all the information about it. So let's do a search and show how it works. So let's search by name of item. So I'm looking for all products with the word lead in, and then just press enter. Alternatively, you can press the blue button there that says search. And that then comes up with every product that has the word lead in it. Okay, whichever product is highlighted, in this case 1 inch 25mm leather lead black, all its properties appear in the bottom left here as well. If you change any of these, so if I change that to say 7.62, press enter, that saves straight away. And alternatively, you can change the price within the grid as well. So if I put 761, it can be changed there too. If you don't have a keyboard, use the three dots there and that will bring up the on-screen keyboard whenever you wish to change something. Okay, all these different items here that have appeared are based on the search lead. You can use different criteria at the same time. So for example, quantity is more than 0 and contains the word lead, and then that comes up with all the results. And if I take that out and press search again, we go back to the original search query. You cannot change the product's name. That's the only field you can't change. In order to change the product's name, you would have to click on special tasks, product tools, and then change name. If you wish to create a new product, simply press new product like this, give it a name, give it a price, fill all the details in and press accept. And there's quite a few different fields to choose from there, including even getting a picture. You could even put the barcode in first, like this, and then the blue button will appear to try to search our databases to see if we know what the product is for you. However, the product may be quite similar to an existing product already in your system. In this scenario, you can click on an example product that's very similar and press based on selection instead. And that comes up with all the details exactly like the original product was, and then you just change whatever's different, such as the barcode, the selling price, that sort of thing. Okay, back to the search. Once you've completed a search here, you do have the ability to do a more advanced search there as well. For most of the time, there's enough fields in there to be able to find what it is you're looking for. However, you can do a custom search and do like something a bit more complicated. For example, the name of the product starts with 10 and the barcode contains 356, accept. And then when you press accept there, that will come up with all the products that contain that sort of criteria. If I press search, we go back to the original results. You can also press refresh results if you think some of these items may have changed in the meantime, or you just wish to refresh the results again. Some of the fields have drop down boxes, so for example, you can choose different suppliers, different types, that sort of thing from the drop down box as well. These windows are completely customizable. So for example, if you prefer your search, say next to the grid, you can drag them like this and move them around however you wish. So whichever way you like to lay out the screen is completely up to you. Once you're happy with the way the screen is laid out, you can press layout and then save the layout, load a previous one back up. So if this is a particular configuration and the way you like to look, you can save that and depending on the view, and even make it the default view every time it's loaded. You'll see other tabs here as well, like statistics for example, so you can have all the different statistics about a product. Most people like to drag that to the right, perhaps, and then if I resize this like so, maybe to about there, you can get all the information about the particular product as you're moving through the results grid. and then you could always put it back by just dragging it back into the centre like this. If you have multiple monitors, you can actually drag these windows outside the big large window as well. I'll just go through the different tabs now as well. So we've got suppliers, which allows you to see all the different suppliers. You can move the suppliers around like this, so it gives you just information about the suppliers all in one window. Speaking of suppliers, you can also go to special tasks, and for whichever products are selected, you can add a supplier to a particular item or make that supplier the first supplier should you need to. Okay, prices and margins is for people who like their maths, so if you wish to maybe change the markup to say 60%, just type in 60 and the selling price will change, and then press commit new selling prices. You can have an image for the product, so you can turn the image, show image on, and then save a picture from a JPEG file, take a picture from a webcam, or even search our databases to see if we know what the picture for the product is. You can add extra barcodes to a product. You can even set a specific price for a particular barcode. So if a barcode is changed on a particular product, rather than creating a new product, just simply add the barcode to that product, and you can actually set a special price so that if that product is scanned, its price changes the main selling price just for that times. If you go to amendment history, if I just switch that on, every time this product is changed in any way, you can see what the change was and who did it and everything, including the field name, within the amendment history. So every time a field is changed, a record will always be kept. For people who have websites, you would, in this case we don't have any templates here, but you would select your website and you can upload products directly to your website and also attach child products if, for example, there's different sizes or shapes or colours of the product as well. Now the way this is laid out, you can actually choose which fields you want to see. So if you go to fields, you can set their width, and so if I add another field here, so let's get rid of minimum. I'll delete that, and I can actually add another field, so I can choose all these different fields to choose from, including any statistic based ones as well, like total quantity sold, that sort of thing. But let's say I want profit on return, and I'm going to call that POR, like this. So you can give it your own name if you want as well. Press accept, and now POR is there too. If you go back to stock and press refresh results, the new column will now be there forever until you change it again. You can, as I said, you can change its width as well. Offers shows you all the different offers that this product is currently belonging to. History shows you all the different times you've sold it and all the different prices it's been sold for, together with all the different reordering history as well, so the last time the product was reordered. If you wish to stock check a particular product, what you must do is start a new stock take. So for example, let's say shelf B, like this, and whichever products are highlighted, so if I just highlight a group of products there and go back to stock checking, I can add these products to the stock check. So all these products now are to be stock checked. You then go through and start changing, whether it be on the iPod PDA or the sales screen or wherever. So if I say we've got 2 of those, 6 of those and 3 of those, once you finish stock checking, all you got to do is press complete stock take, and that is then stored forever. You can then press the statistics button to see all the information and statistics about this particular stock take, and also show only the products with less thans, in other words where you actually had less than you thought you did, more than you thought you did, or where the values were correct. You can also press add all products to stock take everything and remove them if you wanted to change your mind, but once you've pressed complete stock take, that's it, it's finished then. You can't change them afterwards. Other stores allows you to see all the different quantities within your other stores if you have other stores. Alternatives, you can add alternatives to this particular product, and if the maximum should be changed for the purposes of reordering, that can be performed here too. Linked stock if this product is made up, so if I just highlight, for example, a product here, if this product is made up of a larger product, such as if you've got your own weighed item and you wish to take off a correct fraction of a big product, just simply press parent product, find the parent product, say whichever, this one, bad example here but never mind. All you've got to do is say this is 1 kilogram, the big one is 25 kilograms, and then press add parent to selected, and then that will then take off 0.04 off the quantity whenever you sell one of them. It will also calculate the supplier cost based on that as well. Connected products, if this product usually is followed by different other products, you can add connections to them as well. So when the product is sold, it will ask you, do you also want any of these as well? Group restrictions is a fairly new feature. This allows the product to only be sold if the customer is selected and if the customer belongs to a certain group. So you press refresh and then you can say add group and add different groups to the customer. For the more advanced ones, you can also add an SQL restriction, but I would advise you contact us if you wish some of those to be built instead. The primary one that you would probably use would be the customer belonging one. So if a customer has to belong to a certain group in order to sell this product, just press add group, and if there's any groups within here, only those groups can purchase that particular product. Going through these tabs now, you can find products within a particular shelf edge label list, a replenishment order or a different store. Whatever is highlighted in the grid, you can also print a report out as well. So if you press print report, you can show a stock holding report, quantity versus sales or price list, and that will display in an A4 print preview. You can also find duplicates as well, so any duplicate barcodes or supplier codes, you can do a quick search for them and try and find them quickly to deal with. So in this particular database there are no duplicates, which is good. And then just press search to go back to your original search query. Under product tools, you can actually print labels out for whichever products are highlighted as well, providing you've made the correct shelf edge label template. We don't recommend this, but you can also delete products as well. This will permanently delete the product out of the system. If it's a child store, the product will just reappear again. You can also merge two products together too. So if these two products are actually the same thing, you can press merge product and then they will be merged into each other. Make sure this is done on head office if you have multiple stores. Under special tasks, you can mass export a load of images and bulk import the images too. You also have the ability to do formula-based tasks as well. So for example, we've created a few predefined commands here, like changing the quantities to 0 if they're less than 0, or backdating certain data, that sort of thing. But you can actually write your own with this. So if you press, for example, a custom update, so if I wanted to set the selling prices, so you choose which field you want to change, in this case the selling price, and I want the selling price to be equal to the supplier cost, just drag it across and it's there. So the supplier cost multiplied by 2. So if I want the selling price to be equal to double the supplier cost, and then you can also put a where in as well. So for example, where certain criteria is true. So where the supplier cost is more than 0. There is a green border around the box to indicate that this is going to work and it's okay. You can say for every product or just the products that are selected as well. Press commit and that will update all the selling prices to whatever the supplier cost was. If you're changing a particular value to just 1, you can just select a group of them, say like this, and then say supplier cost is actually 3, and that will bulk update all of the supply costs. But if it's a bit more complicated, you could use the custom update as well. So as I said, select a group of products, custom update, what you want to change it, what you want to change, what you want it to change to, where the following is this or this or that. Hopefully though, the predefined command already exists for what the task is that you wish to perform. If you ever accidentally close one of these tabs, you can always get it back by just pressing any of these buttons, and the window will then reappear. You also have different functions that are similar related to stock as well. So for translations, checking which, ID checking, making sure, looking at the certain statistics, for example, of any age-based products, prep trigger lists for example, any of the products that should print out a little receipt in a warehouse or kitchen or anything like that, and bulk deleting products that are not being needed and things like that as well. You will find under related.